Alright guys, we're back with some more Higurashi. Last time, Takano and the mountain doggies made their play. They kidnapped Satoto and some other people, plus Yurie. They're holed up in the clinic making some demands. Then the squad tried to convince the Sonozakis to help the police, and they're like, no, but okay. And then they convinced them, and now everyone's Gucci, and yeah, siege soon. Very exciting. But first, we're in the temple. Oh yeah, and Rita escaped, so she's with us. The dazzling sunlight dyed the surrounding area in deep red. A cool breeze occasionally blew through the lukewarm, humid air of the shrine grounds. The familiar shrine grounds felt so vast, and that was most certainly my heart's doing. At the main shrine building was myself in handcuffs and Takano, and 9 men armed with guards who seemed to be waiting for an enemy to come up to the stone steps. So we're doing... I didn't know we're doing this. So we're doing the Rika hostage exchange gambit, or is this Shion? It could be Shion, but it sounds more like Rika. In addition to them, there were signs of other soldiers on the far side of the assembly hall, and off in the thicket. Most likely a rear guard, but I couldn't tell how many of them were out there. I was expecting them to be a little off guard since their foe was a mere child, but apparently that was a poor assumption. Takano was completely thorough and focused as she waited for the time to come. Hostage exchange. Without thinking, I uttered my best friend's name. Oh wait, no, this is Satoto. Okay, nothing happened. I was a little confused. I'm like, why are they doing this? So it's Satoto, and they're just waiting here for the hostage exchange, but we didn't drop anything. So yeah, we did not give in to demands. That's better. This is a better situation. Oh, sorry, I just realized I didn't read this. Without thinking, I uttered my best friend's name. Takano, who was listening in beside me, let out a disgusting chuckle and pulled her hair back, then spoke. If they don't come, you guys are screwed. You guys are screwed anyways. Well, actually, they're not screwed. Whatever. Let's just let them cook. Hold on. I fell for the scam. The scam call. Answer my phone, it's just a really weird robot that goes, goodbye, in like a weird accent. And hangs up. Damn it, this is why I don't answer my phone, dude. Because that's the strat. They do that, and then they're like, oh, okay, this person still uses this phone number, so add it to the list. God damn it. She dissing her drip? Listen, you can judge Takano on a lot of things. How are you gonna diss the drip, man? It's immaculate. That would be pretty hot, though, in all black. But it's still pretty sick. Same. I know why. Takano seemed to be teasing me as she said that, then shrugged her shoulders and laughed. Honestly, Takano really isn't that bad when she's like this. Because somehow I feel like she has some emotional leeway like tolerance, unlike my mother and aunt who are prone to hysterics and found fault with everyone. And it's strange, but even after being driven into the situation, I still can't fully bring myself to hate Takano, just because she's goated. Maybe she'd start laughing hysterically and say it was all just a joke. As impossible as that was, I couldn't help but think it for a moment. If Rita had heard that, she probably would have opened her eyes wide in shock. As if she sensed the unease in my heart, Takano said that in a voice quiet enough that only I could hear, while keeping her gaze fixated on the shrine gate in front of us.
多分信じないでしょうけど、あなたのこと決して嫌いじゃなかったわ。
Nothing personal, kid.
あなたの生い
Basically.
立ちも境遇も病気のことも同情の気持ちが全くなかったわけじゃない。研究対象と扱ってきたのは認めるけど、本心から完治してもらいたいってあなたの治療には関わってきたつもりよ。
今さらどういうわけですの？そんなことくらい分かっておりましたわ。
As far as that was concerned, I didn't have the best of personalities either. If someone I hated were to pat my head, I'd reject them and lash out. But the people I wouldn't refuse head pats from included the club members, Nini, it's Nini and Nene, and Takano. I had even dodged them from Irie. Damn, Irie doesn't get in, but Takano does. It's kind of crazy.
自分がその病気にかかっているなんていい気分ではありませんけど、私の病気に対してあなたがどれだけ真剣に取り組んでいたのかくらいそばにいて感じないはずがありませんもの。
ええ、私にとってね、南沢症候群の研究は私のすべてだった。だからね、自分でもおかしな話だけど、あなたのその病気を治さずにこんなことをしていることに今も両親が痛まないわけじゃないの。
Little unlucky.
それならもうやめてくださいませんこと。今ならまだ間に合うかもしれません。私もここに連れてこられるまでのこと。
Talk to her. I mean, nothing's gonna change your mind, but
任意を隠していたこともすべて水に流しても構いませんわ。
そうね、それができたら。でもね。
slowly, Takano turned her eyes this way. Her eyes were dreadfully glistening, full of chilling hatred and bloodlust.
あなたを憎みきれない弱い自分を知れば知るほどどうしても認めたくない、むしろ消し去ってやりたい存在がいるの。それが私と同じ時間に生きて同じ空気を吸っていることすら厭わしい。不具大天とでも言うのかしら。せめて同じ世界にどちらかがいなければ私もここまで心を闇に侵されることもなかったのかもね。
そんなにも理科が憎いとお思いですの？
Really? She hates Rita that much?
ええ。
I'm surprised. I guess because she wants to be a god and Rita kind of is a god.
あの子というよりもあの子を中心とした運命ってやつがズタズタに引き裂いてやりたいほど憎くて仕方がない。
To be fair, Takano pretty much did. She basically changed Rita's destiny into this whole murder thing. Like, she probably had like a normal life if it wasn't for Takano, right? So she did a good job. It only took Rita a couple hundreds of years to overcome it, but yeah, pretty good work.
黒く煮えたぎった感情はね、あの子の赤く染まった臓物を見るまでは収まらないのよ。それが私の復讐なの。私を裏切り絶望に叩き込んだこのクソったれな運命ってやつにね。
あなたもお辛い目に遭ってきたんですのね。
Takano shut her mouth and didn't say a word, and I didn't have anything more to say either. I don't feel hatred. If I had to nail it down, I'd call it empathy. I don't think it's abnormal. Some people would call it baffling, but I understand. I'm sure this woman is my future, or rather what my future would be if I were allowed to keep going. She must have never had an opportunity to understand what it means to be loved. And after being oppressed, neglected, and alienated from other people, feeling hostility towards others must have been the only way to keep herself going. Actually true. I wasn't so different from her. See, they're almost the same. That's where the whole lambda delta kerfuffle-tums. Some people think it's Satoko, some people thought it was Tatano. Feel like it's more closely to be Satoko after Sotsu, but you know, I was on the Tatano side for a while. My mother didn't care so much for me, so I considered everyone getting close to her as an enemy and drove them away. She got angry every time, but I was still glad I did it. Being hated is still better than being ignored. And after losing my mother, the target moved to my brother. Rather than hate my aunt and uncle, I was glad my brother cared enough to protect me. And then after my brother was gone, it was the club members, and then my uncle. Even as I suffered that abuse, I thought it was the price of their caring, so I really was a hopeless case. What if I had never met Kiichi-san, Mion-san, Ren-san, and Rika? What would I have done? And Nene, Shion-san, what kind of path would I have gone down if she wasn't here? There's no need to imagine. The woman beside me was precisely that. Well, I don't know if I don't know if you'd pull off something like this. I mean, I guess she can. She does have that battle IQ, but yeah, at least Tatana like had a goal, a specific like goal in mind to like shape her future. Well, I guess I guess like Go and Sotsu is kind of like what Satoto's talking about right now. She is kind of Tatano like morphing Rita's destiny into what she wants. Mio Tatano, I'm sure she wanted someone to rely on. I didn't know how much she considered the study of Hinamizawa syndrome her reason for living, but I imagine she'd rather destroy it by herself than have it taken away. And if I had to hand over my precious best friend and lose her forever, I'd rather give my own life. That's right. If anything's going to be torn apart, I'd rather it be my body. I believed it. I still believe it. I still believe it right at this moment. I believe that I can see what's important to me and what choice I need to make. But in fact, I'm starting to become aware. I wanted to believe it because I don't want to accept the truth. This isn't really for Rita's sake, I just wanted things to be easier. I'm still a coward. Because I'm no longer holding back. I'm ready to be killed, and yet on the other hand, I'm still waiting for Rika to arrive. And somewhere in my heart, I have a desire for us to die together. Even though I know that leaving me alone will save her life. Those feelings were shameful and wretched. That sobbing voice I tried to convene myself with was so ridiculous and silly. And those tears making a mess of my face. Only the cry of the Higurashi remained annoyingly loud. Hey, they'd said the thing. The red glow of the sunset slowly faded into nighttime. They say evening begins the moment that light meets dark. I'm sure that girl will come. Oh, when I climbed the stone steps leading to the shrine grounds, I noticed an unusual smell. Here they come. It turned out to be the smell of a heavy, oil-soaked camouflage clothing. As the mountain gods surrounded me and Rika-chan all at once. The imposing guns in their hands let out a dull glow in the light of the setting sun, and they made a loud metallic racket as they held them at the ready. The muzzles were all aimed at me and Rika-chan, and they weren't moving. Any misstep here would leave us studded with holes like a honeycomb. I could see Takano and Satoko near the steps, or near the stairs to the main shrine. It seemed like Takano was listening to something over an earphone. Maybe she was receiving a report on the situation at the clinic.
時間通りね。約束を守る人って好きよ。いいわ、続けなさい。
ずいぶん期待されてるんだな。こんな子供相手に俺だけの人数。
Nope.
恥ずかしいとは思わないのか?
It's good on Takano, never take things lightly.
最低限の礼儀よ。こんな条件を飲んでわざわざやってきた勇者さんたちに対してのね。
それは光栄なことで、ま、いくら追い詰められたからって人質を取るような大人にだけは絶対になりたくないけどな、俺は。
これが自衛隊えりすぐりの山犬部隊とはお笑いなのです。
Yeah, they're ass.
今度から
Everyone
名
knows
前を
that.
負け犬部隊に変えた方がいいと思うのですよ。
True, so true. Rita-chan must have already been fully resolute because she was smiling and glaring at Tatano with a piercing look in her eyes. The faces of the surrounding soldiers she called Pudos quickly turned red, but Tatano continued looking back with a calm expression, then waved her arms as she had a baton in hand and spoke up.
それでこちらから提示した条件のものはそれかしら。
Oh yeah,
俺
the
だ。
Tomotaki stuff, but it doesn't matter since they've already studied it. After hearing that, Tatano silently signaled a nearby squad member with her chin. He quickly approached me, then roughly snatched the bag from my hands. Then a few people pulled out the contents and spread them out before Tatano. After picking up one of the documents and looking it over, Tatano turned to us once again.
これで全部かしら。
ああ、ただしコピーはまだこちらの手元だ。つい
Damn.
でにネガはそこにあるが、現像した写真はまだ処分していない。
Just
中
saying
身は
that,
見
huh?
ていないけどな。
何？貴様！
やめなさい。
One of the soldiers suddenly tried to approach me, but immediately stopped after noticing Tatano's sharp glare.
あらあら、全部と言ったのに。これじゃあ約束違反でしょ。どうしてくれるのかし
ちゃんと思い出せ。コピーと現像物まで。
Okay,
とは聞いていない
but
ぞ。
technically you didn't say anything about copies. Well, this isn't an internet argument, bro. She has guns. You might just die. I don't know why you said that. I mean, it's part of the plan, obviously, but still, scary stuff. I checked the coach's message over and over again, so I'm sure I'm not mistaken.
それに、俺とサトコを無事に返してくれる保証もないからな。保険をかけるのは
I like how it's only Satoko there. What about the other hostages? You don't care about them. They're not even named.
もし俺たちが時間内に戻らなければ、その資料は警視庁公安の赤坂警視に渡されることになっている。ただし無事に戻れば、全て焼却して処分するつもりだ。
それこそ信用できないわね。あなたたちが約束を守る保証は？
あんたたちと一緒にするな。俺たちの目的はサトコを無事にこ
I mean-
ちらに返してもらうことだけだ。
I think it's natural to be cautious about that.
その資料をどう使おうと、あんたたちの組織がどうなろうと知ったことじゃねえ。
いいわ。この子は返してあげましょう。行きなさい、さとこちゃん。
Hey. Satoko stood up as soon as she heard that, then ran down the steps of the shrine toward us, and then she jumped into Rita-chan's chest and started crying.
さとこ、怪我はないですか？リカ、なんで来てしまったんですの？せっかくあなたの頑張りを無駄にしてごめん。でも僕は大事な友達を見捨てるような人間ではいたくないのですよ。リカ。
The turtle began sobbing. Looking at that, Rita-chan gently stroked her head to comfort her.
それじゃ、三文劇はそれくらいでいいかしら。フルでリカをこちらに。
With a cold smile and a gesture of her chin, Tatano beckoned her over. Rita-chan glared at her, then brought Satoko to me and slowly tried to step forward. However,
いつ俺は迎えに来たらいいんだ？
yeah, I probably should have done like an equal exchange, make Rita and Satoko like move at the same time. Because now it's in like a bad position. Little misstep by Tatano. I quickly held my arm in front of Rita-chan to stop her, then looked back and and then turned back to Tatano with a relaxed expression. As expected, Tatano looked confused and then frowned, making no effort to hide her suspicion.
圭一、
言ってる意味がよくわ
Party
からない
time.
ね。どういうことかしら？
It's gonna become a shootout, man.
俺はリカちゃんを連れてこいとは聞いた。だから連れてきたが、渡せとは一言も聞いていない。
Actually, Twitter argument responses. We're nitpicking.
違うのか？
この野郎、ふざけるのもいい加減にしろ。
ふざけてないぞ、俺は真面目だ。
Who cares, right? That I assume even if this transaction happened, I'm pretty sure Tatano would have killed them anyways. So
これは取引じゃないのか？引き渡せと言っていない以上、それに従う義務はないし、約束は守っている。それでも足りないと言い張るなら、もう一度そちらから条件を出せ。ただし、二人は連れて帰るぞ。
あのね、そんな子供の論理が通用するとでも思って？
子供の論理がダメなら、大人の論理でいこうか。俺たちは、お前たちの支援ルートをすべてぶっ壊せるだけの証拠を本部に残している。
now
ここ
we're
で俺たちを
twisting
殺せ
some
ば
arms.
お前たちに残されるのは破滅か自滅だ。ナポレオンが地獄を味わったロシアの焦土作戦を体験してみるのもいいけどな。
Okay. But also, I think they might still go for it anyways, just as if they don't get Rita, then it's already over anyways. They need Rita. It's like even more important than the documents in some way.
貴様、
First, it's always just this one guy in the NPC Mountain Dog army just getting angry at Keiichi.
残念だけど、その要求は飲めないわね。あなたたちの選択は2つだけ。1人が死ぬか、3人が死ぬか。
Boom.
そのどっちかよ。
じゃあ、交渉決裂か。
I quickly pulled out the thing that I kept hidden in my pocket and pulled the safety pin without hesitation. Grenade? Oh my god, it is. Yes, because this round object was a gift from Atasato-san, a hand grenade.
こんなとこへ来るのに何の準備もしてないわけが
I
ない
don't
だろ
know. If I was a mountain dog, I'd shoot as soon as I see him pull out a fucking grenade. I tossed it at Tatano as I screamed out, "Run! No! Don't blow up my girl!" The sound of hard metal striking stone rang out and it clattered as it rolled. The moment they noticed the familiar-looking dark green object, the soldiers all around us took cover or lay on the ground as they covered their heads. Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess it's a fake. Hopefully they don't blow up Tatano. Alright, now's our chance! As I thought that, I turned around and beckoned Rita-chan and Satoko to run. That moment. Lol. Base Tatano? Can't fool her. I heard a hard sound coming from the stone pavement in front of me, and small pieces began to scatter. Looking back, Tatano was standing with her foot on the grenade I threw, holding a handgun with a completely unchanged facial expression.
そうそう。
She called the bluff.
さっさと立て、このアホどもが。
しかし、
立てと言った。お前たちもそれ以上動くな。
Mountain poodles. On that shout, everyone stopped moving. With Tatano glaring us down, even the teeniest move would result in us getting shot. 3, 2, 1. Time ticked down for a while longer, but there's no sign of activity from the grenade under Tatano's foot. The soldiers finally understood everything and rose to their feet.
はったりとは味な真似をしてくれるわね。
よくわかったな。新刊を抜いただけの本物なのに。
Yeah, I don't think they give Keiichi a fucking grenade. Tatano responded with a boisterous laugh.
本物か偽物かなんてどっちでも一緒のことよ。かける価値すら感じないわ。私はね、これまでずっと運命と怠慢を張ってきたのよ。この程度の小細工で 私の意志の力を砕くことなんかできない。たとえこれが本物で足が吹き飛んだとしても
I
ね。
think you just die, actually. Even if it did just blow off your leg, you probably would just die.
そこなうなコッパが、あんたたちのちっぽけな力でこの私が命を落として力ずくで作り上げた運命を変えることなどできるものか。
Oh, we got shot. That's not good, man.
ケイチさん
I'm dead? Something hard and sharp pierced the air and flew past the left side of my temple. For the first time, I felt the air quake at the sound of gunfire, and just a moment later, I sensed the startling and terrifying sensation of being faced with a weapon that could easily take my life slowly rising up. Upon witnessing that overwhelming malice that couldn't be overcome with strength or willpower, my heart, which had been burning hot, froze in an instant. I couldn't move or put any power into my limbs.
わざと外してあげたのよ。分かってるでしょ。もう一度だけ言うわ。フルでリカを引き渡せ。もう余計な言葉はいらないわよ。
Rita-chan gazed at me, then shook her head with a stern expression. Looking at that, I gave her a nod with my eyes, then turned to Takano while clenching my
分かっ
fists.
た。今から行かせる。リカちゃん、すまん。
いいのです。ここまでしてもらえたら関東賞なのですよ。ミパーケイチさん
As Rita-chan slowly began walking away, Satoto reached a hand out to stop her. But after seeing the look on Rita-chan's face, she hardened her expression and then turned her gaze downward and shut her mouth.
いい子です、サトコ。高野、これでいいのですか？
Rita-chan stopped 3 steps before reaching Takano, then glared at her in a resolute stance. Takano played it off with a relaxed smile, then deliberately bowed with one hand on her chest.
ようこそ祭りの舞台に。いにしえ。
これで約束はすべて守ったはずです。圭一たちを返しなさい。
その前にちょっとだけ教えてあげる。今おこのぎたちが交戦を開始したそうよ。あなたたちの別動隊とね。
Ooh. Caught the cavalry? Uh-oh. Looks like things aren't going as well as we thought.
なんでこんな地元の人間でも知らない小道にこれだけの人数が詰めているのさ。
Chess moves by Takano. It's not over. Mion cursed toward Kasai beside her holding a shotgun, while they both hid behind an abandoned car with flat tires. Kasai kept his hands busy while carefully watching the enemy's movements from the shadows, then answered her.
敵も読んでいたということでしょう。
Yeah, they're doing good, man.
正面突
Good
破だと
chess.
人質の命が危ない。ならばリカさんをおとりに私たちが背後をつく。
So Takano knew they were being sneaky. Good play on her, honestly.
ちょっと詳しいやつなら考えてもおかしくない。
それでもここまで道の封鎖を徹底してくるなんて。
Give the poodle some credits.
道
We'll
路に
upgrade
巻き
them
節まで巻いてるなんて。
to
思いが良すぎるよ。
to the mountain. I don't know any dogs, man. The mountain golden retrievers. I think that's a little more threatening than
こ
poodles.
れを思いつかなかったかな。
Mion felt deep regret as she heard Rena say that. Their enemies had blockaded the road with oversized pieces of garbage and filled it with sharp metal spikes, rendering car tires useless. They hadn't seen anything like this since the damn opposition movement 5 years ago, and it's against them this time. They intended to ambush Takano from behind to support Keiichi and the others, but thanks to this secret path they planned to take to the shrine was largely out of reach. And what's more, the enemy was clearly aiming to waste their time. There are no signs of an attack here, and the intent seemed to be just to pin them down. I was wondering where Otonogi was, to be honest. They thought this would be the best route to bring in a large number of people, but the plan completely fell apart.
このままじゃ圭一君たちが。みーちゃん、他に道はないの？ないこともないけど、ここからだとさらに遠回りになるよ。しかも道というよりほとんど草木の隙間みたいなもの。くそ、ただでさえここで足止めのロスがあるのにどんどん遅くなる一方じゃないか。
She slammed her fist into the ground. Blood spread because her hand hadn't completely healed yet, but her frustration was beyond control. She's nerfed.
ハッタリの手榴弾一つで切り抜けられるわけがない。リカちゃんを残して脱出してきても急がなきゃリカちゃんが殺されるだけ。もうどうしてこういう時にいい知恵が浮かばないんだよ。ミオ、焦らない。
Otherworldly Rika or Hanyu buff.
圭一たちのためにあなたは命を投げ出せる。決まってるでしょ。当たり前のこと聞かないでよレナ。
Damn.
レナ何も言ってないよ。だって今
I am the ghost of the cream puffs.
そしてその脇の道から神社に向かって早く。
What the fuck was that? That time, Mion and Rena both heard it, but when Mion came back to her senses, she shouted at the voice.
バカ言ってんじゃないよ。そっちってフルデ神社からあさっての方向じゃないか。遠回りどころか見殺しにしろってこと？みーちゃん、みーちゃん。何さ。さっきから気になってたんだけど、向こうの兵隊なんで顔に変なマスクかぶってるのかな。
Huh?
変なマスク？
Are they? She squinted her eyes, unlike Rena who had good long distance vision. Okay. Rena eye seen feed apparently. Mion couldn't quite make out the faces of the enemy in this dusky lighting. At best she could tell there was a soldier was holding something over his shoulder and pointing it this way. Wait, his shoulder?
嘘、RPG?
Yeah, I think you should run.
せろみんな。
No firing the RPG at them. Jesus.
それって。
残念ね。すごすご帰るふりして隙をついて助け出すつもりだったんでしょうけど。
Sure, even though their plans failed, surely the police side will do something. Because that's just Yakuza, right?
こっちも万全で構えていたから。
Oh no, I guess she already saw through our plan.
でもなかなかよく考えたとは思うわ。その努力賞にいいものをこれから見せてあげようかしら。リカちゃん、あなたも自分が死んでから村がどうなるか。
Well, they already know where the gas is from observing the document, so they might actually even just disable it.
緊急マニュアルの発動ですか。村人を災害避難と偽って一箇所に集め。
あら、よく知ってるわね。それは入江所長からかしら。
残念だけど思ったようには集まってくれないのです。今頃村の人たちにはこの陰謀についてかなりの情報が
Ooh,
行
is
き
that
渡っ
what
て
the
い
police
る
are
は
doing?
ず。少なくとも
Or at least, I mean, they kind of told the
あな
Sonozakis.
たたちの先導に惑わされることは絶対にありませんのです。
They could have spread the news.
どういうこと？
緊急マニュアルを発動しても大半の村人たちはお前たちが口封じを行う前に村から脱出するだろう。そして48時間後に生き残った彼らの症状が悪化して大事件になれば、それは東京の上層部と実行組織である山犬の責任問題に発展する。その結果、研究プロジェクトの本体そのものが消滅することになる。逆にもし48時間経っても 村人たちに何も起きなければ、あんたの信じたひなみ沢症候群の研究は完全に形骸化する。いずれにしてもあんたたちは破滅だ。公安の力を借りるまでもないな。
Takano quietly looked down as she listened to that. In reality, public security was already taking action, so Takano and her cohorts were already finished. All of a sudden, Takano laughed like she had gone mad and turned her terrifying eyes this way as if to mock us. Then after her crazed laughter, she brushed her tousled hair back, took something out from behind her back, then attached it to her handgun.
愉快よ本当に愉快。ここまで私の読みが当たって万全の準備が生かされたかと思うと、もうおかしくて死んじゃいそうだわ。
Okay, so she's laughing because of how, like, it's kind of like when Shion started laughing at like Rena, basically solving out the whole Rita disappearance thing. She's like, what the fuck, man? A detective? She's a detective? Then Takano held her gun up toward the sky and let it roar.
クライアントがね、ついさっき言ってきたのよ。もう惨劇を起こしても無駄。緊急マニュアルが発動しようとしまう。
That was the phone call she
アルファベ
got
ットプロジェクトとひなみ沢症候群の研
like a
究は
while ago.
もうおしまいだと。私が追い出すつもりだった反対派は、こっちの知らないところで不祥事を起こして、とっくの昔に権力の座から追われていたのよ。
Can thank Tomoe for that.
その結果、どうなったと思う？アルファベットプロジェクトは新しくトップの座についたそのクライアント連中によって乗っ取られたわ。そして私を支援するって話も、ひなみ沢症候群の研究を継続させるって甘い誘いも全
So
部
she's
な
just
かっ
been
たことにな
freeballing
っ
it this whole time?
た。私がわざわざ大掛かりなことをしなくても勝手に権力が転がり込んできたんだから。つまり私を焚きつけてきたやつ
Yeah, she found it out.
最初から
She's still going for it, huh?
目的だったってわけよ。
I mean, you know, it could be kind of revenge because it's gonna put pressure on that party now, not the party she was trying to get rid of. そうよ。 I'm a clown. We're living in a clown world.
使えそうな時だけ都合のいいことを吹き込んできて、いらなくなったらあっさり切り捨てる。連中がそういう奴らだってことくらい最初から知っていたわ。でもね、だからといってそんな連中の思惑で振り回されるのは私は絶対にごめんだ。
Still fighting against her fate. That's my goat.
人を散々利用して踏みつけて、自分たちだけ我が世の春を謳歌して楽しむなど死んでもさせてたまるか。どうせ滅ぶならもろともに滅んでやるわ。やつ
そんなだったらこんなこと何の意味も。
Nah, this is based on like, fuck it. You wanted to use me and throw me aside. I'm taking the whole ship with me. I like it.
動くな。
Wonder why the mountain gods are following pursuit. I wonder if they know or they're just like, oh, we're fucked too, so we'll just give them the middle finger too. Just as I was about to take a step forward, Takano's rage-filled roar held me back. The darkness in her eyes swallowed everything I could see. A chill ran down my spine when her despondent, horribly menacing eyes crossed with mine.
いいことを教えてあげるわ。なぜこの時間にあなたたちを呼び寄せたと思う？真っ昼間だとね。
What is she trying to use, man?
野号地に向けた信号弾が。
Oh, to start the gas?
まさかここまで使う
So
こと
they're
にな
gonna
ると
disable
は
it,
と
so
ても思っ
it's
ていな
GG.
かったけど、備えあれば憂いなしってところかしら。
何をする気だ。
She's going
覚えてる
ham.
かしら、リカちゃん。軽度の感染者を一気にレベル5状態の症状に引き上げるアンチ
She
ワ
gonna
クチン
launch like the gas version of that? No, that's psycho.
私はそれをずっと研究し続けて、
Oh shit.
そしてつい先日に改良版を完成させたわ。空気感染さえも可能にした新型ウイルス。
What the heck? New lore. She's trying to gas the village. What the heck? Rika-chan's face hardened and turned pale in shock and awe. Takano laughed while gleefully watching that, then continued.
知ってる？野号地はね、このひなみ沢の風上にあたる場所。だから農薬の散布を行うヘリを飛ばすときはそこから出発するのが一番なの。そして風に乗ってそれが地上へと降り注がれたとき、村人たちが泣きわめき、苦しみもだえる死と狂気の地獄絵図へと変わり果てるのよ。
そんな、まさか。
警察もあなたたちの仲間もこの神社と診療所に関心を向けてみんなこの村の中に集まっている。そしてヘリが飛んでも誰も気づかない。
True, I guess.
誰も止められない。
やめてくださいです。そんなことしたら村の人たちは。
Yeah, I think she knows that.
終わりよ。
I think she doesn't care.
始まりかしら。神々に生贄を捧げる厳かな祭りのね。
やめろー。
Boom. Devoid of any heart. Right before our eyes, Takano fired the signal, which burst at high altitude into a red firework-like pattern, as if a blood-stained flower had just bloomed. It was distorted, ugly, and it had drawn out a cruel pattern. Hey, Lamau. Rita-chan's scream echoed all around, and then, upon witnessing that, Tato let out a laugh with an expression on her face that could no longer be described as anything but demonic.
その顔、その苦しみ、その絶望。
He's so edgy, man. I love it.
私はそれが見たかったの。それが聞きたかったの。あんたのその高慢ちきで車に構えた肉々しい顔が歪み崩れる姿をね。どう？悔しい？私が憎い？殺したい？残念でした。あなたたちには何もできない。あなたたちはただそこで見て自分の無力と愚かさを呪ってのたうち回って苦しんでそして死ぬのよ。
I love this, man. What's her name? Ito Miki. It's been a while since I said it. She's popping off, dude. That's why she's my favorite voice actress. Love this.
私があなたたちを招き入れた最高の舞台で最高の祭りの
かのあんたはあんたってやつは
Yeah, but she rocks it well. I let my excitement get the better of me and jumped at Tatano, but I was immediately blocked and surrounded by her soldiers, then knocked to the ground by a fierce blow.
あなたたちはよく頑張ったわ。だからご褒美に苦しまないよ人。まずはあなたからかしら。前原圭一君。
Then Tatano let out an arrogant laugh as she removed the flare adapter from her gun and slipped in the regular ammunition. How does that work? I was kind of wondering that before, but can you really just put something on a handgun and make it into like a flare gun? I guess it's like something that removes the ammo so it shoots the flare like at the speed of a bullet, because a normal flare is just like, you know, it's slower. It's kind of crazy. Sorry, I'm doodling it. Flare adapter for blank gun. Wait a minute. Is that it's a thing. Oh, look at that. That looks sick. It looks like you put it on the muzzle and it looks like a fucking the ammo thing for a revolver. And you put little flares there. I mean, I'm not a gun person. I live in Canada, so it's not a big thing here. But that looks pretty cool. Learned something new.
あなたの青いところは好きだったけど、世界はもっとどす黒くて残酷なのよ。
Tatano raised her pistol. She said that, and then without any hesitation, she pulled the trigger. That ain't no way we died, bro. Think we can stop the bullet again? There's time gonna stop. Anyways, we'll have to find out next time, because that's gonna be it for this episode. Seems like a pretty good time to stop. So, good match. Obviously, like when the episode started, I kind of assumed they were gonna ambush Tatano, but she thought it through, and she's on her full scorched earth mode, which is great. Love to see it. But yeah. Anyways, we'll continue this final fight next time on Higurashi. Later.